My question, sir, is how is Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics helping China to gain a stronger foothold in the region?
So, first thing here is how do you look at Xi Jinping thought and what is Xi Jinping thought? And it's this broad philosophical or ideology which has come into force, which essentially offers a guide for diplomacy, for how the society operates, how businesses operate, and all of that. Essentially proposes a system at which the party is the center and Xi is the core of the party. Now, how this is helping China expand its footprint in the region, in the Indian subcontinent? Well, part of this is a function of capability and capacity and also interests. China today has the capacity, has the capability, and also wants to look outside, and that's what's driving this as opposed to an ideology. It's tangible interests which are driving Chinese interests that are going global. What the ideology is doing is that it's creating a framework for how this should be done. So therefore you have BRI, you have a structure within the party where Xi Jinping has centralized power, and that allows a little bit more coordinated action amongst different entities. And finally, the diplomatic component of this ideology is to call for greater partnerships and shaping international norms and institutions, and China playing an active role in that. So there's more economic, political, diplomatic capital being spent in that direction. Sort of all the different arms of the state and all the different methods and mechanisms of power and all the resources are being directed towards one direction. So that's essentially where this capacity is coming, where this capacity is building, and where the influence in the region is rising. It's not necessarily that it will continue to rise or it will continue to remain extremely significant, because these other countries also have their own agency and they therefore make their own choices based on their interests.